This girl wanted to slap Dakota right in the ring, in front of everyone, to humiliate her publicly and prove she wasn't afraid.
Nothing specific really, you know. I never specifically trained for a fight, so I've never really seen Emma fight before, you know. Not that I remember anyway, I've probably been at shows but not remembered her. So I haven't specifically trained for that. I've just worked hard throughout everything, and I don't, spiritually and things like that, I just think positive, you know. I don't think of anything other than winning, you know. You never hear me say losing or anything like that, because that's not, I'm not here to lose.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's all about positive thinking.
The fighter had no idea what was coming next.
Means every single one that goes into that body. And she's already shut the distance down again already.
Oh, and Emma Bragg is really not comfortable in there at all. She's turned away and she's in real pain actually.
This is Boxing Planet, and in today's video, we'll talk about one of Dakota Ditcheva's greatest knockouts ever. On November 1st, 2016, she faced the experienced British fighter Emma Bragg. Emma walked in confident, but she didn't realize Dakota's true power. Most people don't know Dakota much at that time, as it was still early in her career matches. That night, Dakota's knockout proved why she's unstoppable. Round 1. The opening bell rang, and both fighters stepped forward with intent. Emma Bragg, the more experienced British fighter, tried to use her composure and technique to control the pace.
So Ditcheva straight on the counter. Emma Bragg pulling her into the clinch, trying to stick those knees in.
Good turn by Dakota.
Dakota Ditcheva, still early in her career, looked calm but dangerous, circling with light footwork and keeping her eyes locked on her opponent. Emma opened with body kicks and punches, testing Dakota's guard, but Dakota's speed immediately stood out. She landed a sharp jab-cross combination that snapped Emma's head back and brought the crowd to life. Bragg tried to clinch to slow the pace, but Dakota punished her with hard knees to the body. The power difference was clear, and as Emma released the clinch, Dakota poured on a flurry of punches. A clean shot sent Emma down to the canvas. She got up quickly, showing heart, but Dakota wasn't finished. Moments later, another heavy strike dropped her again, and Emma barely managed to finish the round.
Come back to the corner, Daz Morris telling her the hands above the head, try and get some air into the lungs.
That's a long time to be, you've got 1 minute 35 seconds.
Round 2. As the second round began, it was obvious Dakota had all the momentum. Emma tried to show resilience, throwing a few punches and a body kick, but Dakota closed the distance fast. A stiff right hand forced Emma backward, and Dakota followed with relentless pressure. Emma looked to clinch once more, but Dakota's knees were brutal. Then came the decisive moment, a perfectly timed knee to the ribs that sent Emma crumpling to the floor in pain. The referee stepped in and waved off the fight, giving Dakota a dominant TKO victory. It was one of her most impressive early performances, proving that even against experienced fighters, Dakota's speed, power, and finishing ability made her a dangerous force from the very start of her career.
Click below to subscribe and watch more MMA content.
Now, let's take a look at one of Dakota's other exciting matches too. In this video, we will talk about one of Dakota Ditcheva's early Muay Thai matches against Katya Pinto, a professional and well-experienced fighter at that time. Back then, Dakota wasn't very famous, which gave Katya the confidence to challenge her. What Katya didn't know was that she was stepping in against the future star of women's fighting. Dakota's rise in combat sports was only beginning, and this fight became one of the moments that showed her unstoppable potential. It was a clash that highlighted just how dangerous and talented Dakota already was, even early on. The fight between Katya Pinto and Dakota Ditcheva took place on June 25, 2016, at the Machines on Fire event in the UK. Round 1. The fight began at a measured pace, with both women feeling each other out. Katya Pinto started with a traditional Muay Thai stance, trying to establish range with teep kicks. Dakota Ditcheva, taller and rangier, used her long jab and kicks to keep Katya at bay. Early on, Dakota pressed forward with sharp leg kicks and quick combinations, showing she wanted to dictate the pace. Katya responded with solid counters, but Dakota's speed gave her the edge. Round 2, Dakota started to find her rhythm in the second round. She moved in and out quickly, firing straight punches followed by body kicks. Katya showed toughness, landing some clean counters in exchanges, but Dakota's accuracy was sharper. The clinch exchanges began here. Dakota locked Katya up, driving knees to the body. Pinto tried to respond with elbows inside, but Dakota's control in the clinch made the difference. Round 3. This was one of the most competitive rounds. Katya came forward aggressively, looking to pressure Dakota and disrupt her rhythm. She landed some strong low kicks and even caught Dakota with a clean right hand. For a moment, it looked like Katya might steal momentum. But Dakota stayed composed, using her long legs to punish Katya with teeps to the midsection and a few well-timed roundhouse kicks. The exchanges were heated, but Dakota's output was higher. Dakota was clearly ahead. She began mixing her striking more fluidly, punches into kicks, kicks into knees. Her clinch game shined again. Whenever Katya tried to close distance, Dakota tied her up and landed knees to the ribs. Katya was tough and kept coming, but she started slowing down. Dakota's combinations, especially her left jab followed by a right kick, repeatedly scored. Round 5. The final round saw both fighters giving everything. Katya came out swinging, knowing she needed a big finish to win. She threw heavy shots, but Dakota defended well and countered with cleaner strikes. Dakota kept her composure, used her jab, and peppered Katya with knees in the clinch. By the end, Dakota was in full control, landing the sharper, more consistent shots, while Katya showed grit, but couldn't turn the tide. The fight went the full 5 rounds, and Dakota Ditcheva won by unanimous decision. She didn't score a knockout, but her technical striking, clinch dominance, and higher volume clearly earned her the win on the judges' cards.
The winner by unanimous decision.
What a moment in the early days of Dakota Ditcheva's career, showing the kind of power and talent that would later define her journey. Performances like this remind us why she quickly became one of the most talked about names in combat sports. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more stories and highlights like this one, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring you even more incredible content from the world of fighting. Stay tuned, because there's always more action just around the corner.
What am I going to do in the next 16 years? What's the best thing I can do? Get ready to meet God.